right. There we go. Cool. We are rolling. Do I need to see this? Not really. But whatever. Cool. Perfect. Here we go. I'm recording this on live. There's a lot going on. All right, cool. Yeah. Perfect. All right, cool. Guys, what's going on? My name is Brian Waldron, and in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the step-by-steps on how to start your event space before 2026. Now, here's the thing, right? 2026 can be the year you stop trading your time for money. And the best part about it is that you don't need a new degree. You don't need to go back to school. You don't even need employees or anything like that. You just need one simple business model that is going to take you to the next level, and that is exploding right now. And that is an event space, right? So if you want 2026 to be your breakout year, well, then this video is your roadmap, right? So what are we talking about today, guys? My name is Brian Waldron, and over the last few years, I've helped thousands of people launch profitable event spaces, and even with little experience, little time, or little money. But here's the thing, right? Today, I'm going to walk you through the exact steps I'd follow if I had to start again in 2026, right? From choosing the right space to going and pricing my rentals to getting my first few bookings fast, right? And stay with me to the end because I'm going to go ahead and show you, number one, how you're going to go ahead and find that profitable location, the 3 setups that get booked to the fastest, and realistic numbers for month-to-month revenue, right? Let's get into it, right? This is, again, it's a little different. I'm on live while I'm recording this video or anything like that, but, I think it's going to be absolutely fine. All right, cool. Cameras rolling, all that good stuff, right? So here's the thing, right? Like, why is 2026 the year for event spaces, right? Well, year after year, event spaces have become one of the fastest growing small businesses in the last 3 years. Why? Because people realize something very, very important. You don't need a giant venue to make real money, right? You just need a well-designed room that solves an actual need, right? Micro events, content days, baby showers, workshops, pop-ups, all these different things are booming, right? And heading into 2026, demand is still climbing while supply is lagging in most cities. There are a lot of cities that don't even have event spaces up and running, right? That gap is where your opportunity is, right? You don't need special skills, right? You just need a place that people want to use, right? Cool. So let's get into it, right? Step 1, right? Choosing your space. So choosing your space. Cool, right? Let's talk about location, right? Because this is where most beginners overthink everything, right? Here are a couple location rules that you need in 2026, right? You don't need to be in a prime location. You don't need to do that, right? You don't even need parking, right? I've had every single venue that I've ever had has not had parkings, right? Like every single venue that I've ever had has not had parking, right? You don't need a huge space, right? You don't need thousands upon thousands. Honestly, our sweet spot is 1,500 to 5,000 square feet, right? 1,500 to 5,000 square feet, right? And you don't need to buy the property. A lot of our clients just go ahead and start by leasing, right? A clear open floor plan is better than something complicated, better than some big, huge 8,000 square feet, whatever the case may be. Like, you don't need it. You need guests to walk in and instantly know how they can use the room. Okay, right. And one of the biggest things, right? You have to understand your space is your product. Simplicity sells. Okay. Now, step number 2, setting up the space, right? Setting up the space, right? What does that look like, right? Stop overspending to make your space look premium. You overspending and doing all these different things does not make your space premium, right? Like people think, oh, well, I'm going to go ahead and drop $200,000 into my space and it's going to work out, whatever the case may be. Cool. Great. You go do that while our clients are a lot more profitable and make a lot more money in the break even, right? Or even better yet, I love when people who are not in event space leads, this is going to sound arrogant as hell, but I love when people who are outside of event space leads overspend on build out, because when they're out of business in 18 months, our clients just get to take over those venues, right? So it doesn't even matter, right? But here's the thing, right? In order to avoid that, you do not need to overspend to make your space look premium. These are the 3 setups that get your book the fastest in 2026, right? Number 1, right? All white canvas, right? A simple all white canvas, right? Number 2, the accent wall combo, right? Accent wall plus neutral furniture, right? Cool, right? Or if you want to do the creative studio route, you can do that too, right? Those are 3 right there that work really, really well for the venue to be up and running. Okay. Now let's talk about pricing and profit for a second, right? Step 3, pricing and profit. Okay. Let me write this down. Pricing and profit. Here's the thing, right? Here's how to do pricing and profit, right? You need 3 distinct packages. Okay. You need a do it yourself, you need it done with you, and you need it done for you. Right? A lot of times what people do is they go ahead and book per hour. That does not make any sense. Booking per hour is going to keep you broke. All right. If you want to go book per hour, please by all means go book per hour. Book per hour. Our clients are not doing that. Our clients are not doing that whatsoever, right? They're not booking per hour, right? What you want to go ahead and do is you want to have packages, right? And here's the thing, right? Your space only needs about, let's say, 8 to 12 bookings at packages. Realistically, to make a $10,000 month, all you need is 4 bookings. A $10,000 month with your event space is literally 4 bookings. Like, that's how simple it is, right? So let's talk about how we're going to get our first few bookings, right? So there's a couple different ways you can kind of go about it, right? And here's a simple strategy that I recommend for every beginner, right? Number 1, right? You have to build a personal brand. You have to absolutely build a personal brand, okay? With that being said, right, your venue, when somebody goes on Instagram and they see your venue, right, what are they seeing? What are they feeling? What are they resonating with about your venue, right? Here's the thing, right? If I go on your venue's Instagram and I don't know what you're booking, if I don't know what kind of events you book, if I don't know who you appeal to, if I don't know anything about your venue, well, guess what? I'm not going to feel compelled to book. Okay. Another big thing is that you want to, when you're starting out, you can, I don't fully recommend it, but you can start by listing on platforms like Peerspace, right? Peerspace is one. Splacer is one. If you have a big enough venue, you could even do it on Airbnb, right? Facebook groups, things of that nature. But here's why I don't rely on those things, right? Here's a TLDR and why I don't rely on those things, right? Because they own your data. When you are going ahead and posting on Peerspace, on Splacer, on Airbnb, on all these different things, they are owning your data. Which means if you go and book a wedding, well, guess what? You have to pay Peerspace again. You have to pay Wedding Wire again. You have to pay the knot again. That doesn't make any sense. I like to own my data, which is why I love Facebook ads, right? I'm going to run Facebook ads all day. And the thing with Event Space Leads is we have a media buyer in place. So he runs all the ads for us. So they don't even have to pay for that. Okay. Which makes them even more profitable. Okay. So with that being said, right, next, what you absolutely want to do is you want to start getting some reviews. Now, I don't fiend over reviews or whatever the case may be, but reviews help, right? Especially if you have a Google My Business profile. And one of the easiest ways to go ahead and do that is just literally just like posting your Instagram. Hey, look, listen, if you want a chance to be featured on our Instagram, or if you want a chance to get a free event or whatever the case may be, go ahead and leave a review with us or whatever the case may be, something like that, right? Cool. All right, cool. Next, what are some mistakes that we want to avoid? If we're a new venue opening up 2026, what are some mistakes that you want to avoid? Right? Number 1, Over decorate. I'm just going to write in the corner over here, mistakes, right? I'm going to go ahead and put this over here. Over decorating, right? Over decorating your space, right? Overspending on build out, right? Overspending on build out. Okay. Weak lighting. That's another big one. Weak lighting. That's a super, super big one, right? Underpricing your venue. Right. And I just recorded another video on like kind of breaking that down, all that stuff and stuff like that. Not having clear rules. Right. Clear rules. Right. Not responding to inquiries quick enough. That's a big one. You are losing so much money by not responding to inquiries quick enough. And I'll probably make another video in terms of like, you know, how our clients are dealing with all their inquiries and whatnot, because on average our clients are getting hundreds of inquiries every single month, right? So you want to go ahead and make sure that you take care of these things, right? With that being said, guys, if you want 2026 to be different from every year before it, you need to do something different. It absolutely behooves me how people tell themselves that, oh, 2026, 2025, 2024, 2023, 2022, 2021 is my year, but then they don't do anything different. And if it sounds like I'm being very direct here, it's because I'm being very direct here. Nothing will change if nothing changes, right? And here's the thing, right? Starting an events-based business is one of the fastest, lowest risk ways to build real freedom. Even if you've never started a business before, I've done it, our clients have done it, and it happens and it works, right? You don't need experience. You don't need to be an entrepreneur. You just need the willingness to take that first step, right? And if you guys, again, if you want help starting your space, I put a free guide in the description. So right under this video or in the description of our YouTube channel, there's a link to get a free guide. And if you actually want to work with our team one-on-one to avoid all those mistakes, then all you have to do is just on the next page, book a call with us and we'll walk through everything in terms of how you go ahead and make sure that happens. All right. Let's make 2026 that breakthrough year. Let's get it. Let's go. Cool. All right. Everybody on live. Let's see. Should we do another YouTube video? I think we should do another YouTube video. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's clip that. Clip that. Right. Got a meeting in like 30 minutes. So let's go ahead. Got a meeting in like 30 minutes. So I think we could bang on another video. If y'all think we should do another video on live, just drop another one. Just drop another one in the chat. Right. So cool. That's recording. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. Cool. All right. Beautiful. Another one. Let's get it. All right. Boom. Camera rolling. Beautiful. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down why event spaces are the future-proof business that anybody can get in, right? So here's the thing, right? What if I told you that there is a business model that keeps on growing no matter what happens to the economy? Literally, event spaces have been around since the dawn of time, since the freaking biblical times, right? And it's not going anywhere. It's a business that isn't affected by tariffs, supply chain issues, inflation, or even global trends or anything like that. Why? Because people will always need it. And that business is event spaces. And 2026 might be your best chance to actually start one, right? So guys, if you're new to the channel, my name is Brian. I've helped thousands. I think right now it's 2,226 to be exact, right? I've helped thousands of people open up profitable event-based locations that generate real, consistent income, even during economic downturns. And today I'm going to be breaking down why this industry is becoming more stable as the world gets more and more unpredictable. Right. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys why, one, event spaces thrive no matter what the economy does. Two, the psychological reason that people keep hosting events. Three, the numbers proving this industry is growing. And four, why 2026 is the perfect window to launch your space. All right. Let's get into it, right? And stick with it. Stick with me to the end, right? Because I'm going to show you the one factor that makes this business nearly recession resistant. Okay, let's get into it, right? So why are event spaces not slowing down? Right? Why event spaces don't slow down. All right, cool. Right. Most businesses depend on inventory. Most businesses depend on shipping. They depend on suppliers, manufacturing, trends. Event spaces don't. Right? Why? Because your product is a room. It's literally a room, a box, right? A room that doesn't care about global supply chain issues. It doesn't care about expensive tariffs. Doesn't you lose value because of inflation, anything like that, right? Your biggest costs are rent, utilities, and maintenance, right? They're local and predictable, right? So while other businesses are adjusting prices every single month, your event space stays stable and profitable, right? Let's keep on moving, right? So here's the part that most people get, right? Events don't disappear during tough times. We had events during pandemic, we had events during COVID, we had events during government shutdown, right? All these different things, right? And here's the thing, right? People are always going to get married. People are always going to celebrate birthdays, right? Married, birthdays, right? People are still going to need to host content days, right? Right? People are still going to need workshops. They're still going to need businesses are still going to need meeting space. People are going to still need all these different things, right? Economic cycles don't stop life milestones. People still need to have weddings and all these different things, right? And that shift is exactly why the small to medium event spaces are booming. Okay, so let's look at some data real quick, right? Let's look at some data, right? Even when spending tightened, okay, even when spending tightened globally, micro events and content rentals increased. Even during pandemic, even during COVID, all these different things, right? Why? Because people don't want to just rent these big, huge, giant venues anymore, right? They want affordable, beautiful, flexible spaces, the kind you can do 1,500, 5,000 square feet, whatever the case may be. The event industry isn't shrinking, right? It's shifting. And that shift favors small independent owners, people just like you and me, right? So let's talk about this 2026 advantage, right? Right? Boom, boom, boom. Cool. 2026 advantage, right? Let's talk about why this works, right? Number one, right? Demand is up. So demand has actually gone up in terms of venues, people wanting venues, people wanted to book these different events and things of that nature. Why? Especially after COVID. Like I remember having my venue in COVID, and like our first month after COVID was like one of our biggest months ever, right? But here's the thing, right? The supply hasn't increased. Why? Because a lot of people, they don't know how to own and operate a venue, or even when they do open up, they don't know how to keep it up open long enough for them to actually see their money, right? Most cities don't have enough affordable event spaces, right? Two, commercial spaces. I just want to make sure I'm good on time. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Cool, right? Beautiful, right? Commercial leases are still negotiable, right? Commercial leases are still negotiable. A lot of landlords are still offering better deals. And here's the thing, right? Because I know a lot of people, they say, oh, well, you know, all these places are expensive, or I can't go ahead and do this or do that, or whatever the case may be. Cool. Then just understand that you don't know how to negotiate and let somebody else do it for you, right? Every single one of our clients are getting into good deals. Why? Because we know how to negotiate. We know how to submit an LOI. We know how to do these different things, right? When you go to a landlord and you sound shaky, you don't sound confident, you sound like all these different things, well, guess what? They're going to treat you as such. They're going to treat you like you don't know what you're doing, right? So the window is not going to last forever. If you are talking to these landlords and they're just like, well, you know what, I don't want to work with you or whatever the case may be, well, then that is a skill issue. That's a skill issue. It's simply that, right? Next thing, right? Nowadays, social media is doing the work for us, right? Every single like here and here's a good way to kind of like reset expectations. Do you know how many posts we require every single client to do before they even open up? 150. 150 posts. Like you cannot run ads, you cannot pass go, you cannot collect 200 unless you're doing at least 150 posts, right? That's what like and that's free advertising. Like you have to do that. You see what I'm saying? Next, people want experiences, right? People want experiences, not products, right? So this is literally why packages are so important, right? Like if you're going ahead and you're selling, oh, well, here's the venue, here's this table, here's that table, whatever the case may be. Cool, that's great, but that's not going to get you big money, right? They that's not going to get you big money. You need packages, right? This is the thing, right? This is the major shift, right? This is an experienced business. When you are in business, you have to understand what business you're really in. And when you're in event spaces, you're in the experience business and you are in the people business. That way, that means if you are not personable, like a personal brand, well, you are going to get crushed. And this is why we have so many clients who are coming out the woodworks doing 8, 10, 12, $15,000 a month. Why? Because we instill that in them from the beginning, right? That's the point, right? That's the big thing, right? That's the TLDR, right? Right. Another reason why event spaces are nearly recession proof is simply because you are not this revenue that you're getting is based on a package rate and how many times you can go ahead and get booked. You're not worrying about inventory. You're not worrying about shipping. You're not worrying about cost of goods sold or anything like that, right? You're selling experience, right? You're selling a room. It's that simple, right? Here's another thing, right, that I want everybody to consider, right? When people are looking at your venue, you cannot become a commodity. Let's talk about that for a second, right? Like you have a commodity based business, right? If you have a venue that looks like everybody else's venue, right, providing the exact same things that everybody else is providing, well, you are in essence a commodity. Okay? That's that like if people are booking your venue because the cheapest venue, like I don't like that. That's not good. Okay? People need to be booking your venue because of the trust that comes with it, because of the experience they will have with it, right? That's one of the biggest things, right? And this is why like you need to understand what business you're really in. And this is why event spaces are such an such a recession proof business, because it's one of the few businesses where economic pressure can actually help you, right? So here's the thing, right? As the world gets more unpredictable, you have two options, right? This is for everybody. You can keep doing the same thing, or build something stable that lasts no matter what happens around you. Event spaces don't depend on trends. They don't depend on supply chains. They don't depend on global economics, right? Event spaces, they are something way more reliable. People will always celebrate, people will always gather, and they will always need a space. And if you're thinking about starting in 2026, first and foremost, don't wait until 2026, because if you wait until 2026, you have already lost. If you are thinking about starting in 2026, you have already lost, right? If you are ready to start now, if you're ready to do this now, and if you're ready to make 2026, if you want to make it in 2026, you've got to start now, then start now, right? We've got a free guide in the description. If you want help choosing your location, getting funding, filling up your space, all you gotta do, get that free guide. On the next page, there's gonna be a link to book a call, jump on a call with us, and make sure you're serious and make sure you're ready to get this going. All right, let's get it, let's go. All right, do I have time to do another YouTube video? I don't know. 3:41. Let's see. I got a call at 4 o'clock. Let's see. Interesting. Got a call in a little bit. All right, do I have time? It's 3:41. Yeah, I have time to do another video. I should get a different marker. This marker's kind of cooked. Let's see. What other video did I have? Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. This is a good one. This is a good one, actually. This is a good video. All right. I got one more video for y'all tonight. Well, today. Let's go ahead and get this started. All right. Cool. Got another inspiration for greatness. Got another video. All right, boom. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right, cool. Get you more event space bookings. Pum, 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 pum. The strategy no one talks about. Cool. All right, here's the thing. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's going on, guys? My name is Brian Waldron. Most event space owners think they need more ads, more discounts, more platforms to get bookings. But here's a real secret, right? Posting consistently on social media is the key, right? If you are not posting at least 3 to 5 times a week, you are leaving hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars on the table. Right, guys, my name is Brian, and I help people start and scale event spaces. I've analyzed hundreds upon hundreds of event spaces across the country, and the ones that grow the fastest are not the biggest or the prettiest. They're the ones that show up on social media every single week. We literally have clients with regular looking venues that are absolutely crushing these big box venues just because they're showing up every single week. And stick with me here because I'm breaking down, number 1, why consistency beats paid ads. Number 2, how the algorithm literally rewards event spaces. Number 3, what you should be posting every single week. And then 4, how consistent posting turns your calendar into a magnet for bookings, right? Let's get into it, right? So people can't book what they can't see, right? Most event spaces, they are relying on luck, waiting for platforms or word of mouth to do the actual work. But social media flips the script, right? Every post you upload is literally a new doorway for someone to find your space. And if you're posting once a week, you get 7 days of exposure. You post 5 times a week, well, you get 35 days of exposure in that same week, if that makes sense, right? So here's the thing, right? Social proof drives trust, right? The same way, like I'm on live right now with you guys, and you guys are seeing, like, hey, look, listen, this guy, he's talking. He seems like he knows what he's talking about, whatever the case may be. It's the same thing when you are going ahead and posting about your venue, right? If people can't see the venue, right? If if it doesn't look active, if it doesn't look popular, if doesn't look like in demand, well, then psychologically, they're not going to want to do business with you, right? When you post consistently, number 1, you show people your space is booked, right? Number 2, you show that clients are using it, right? Okay. Number 3, events look great inside it, right? People can see what the events look like, okay? And if you're not, and this all comes out to building trust. That's the thing. It comes down to building trust because now we're in a world where people are a lot more skeptical, right? People even with us, like we have over 2,226 venues that we've worked with, and there's sometimes people get on a call and they're just like, oh, well, I'm not too sure, I'm not too familiar, whatever the case may be. Cool. That's why this content stuff is so important. And when people trust you, they book faster and they book with fewer questions. It's that simple, right? Inconsistent posting, right? Inconsistent posting creates doubt. Okay. Consistent posting creates confidence. Right? Because now it's like, and if it sounds like I'm beating a dead horse, it's because I am, because you don't understand how powerful this stuff really is. Social media is one of the strongest levers that you can do for your business. And here's another thing, right? The algorithm loves event spaces, right? So let's break this down a little bit, right? The algorithm love event spaces, right? People like social media lends itself so well to our type of business because number one, people love watching transformations, right? People love watching the behind the scenes. Okay. My handwriting is questionable, right? And guess what? And guess what? People love event makeovers, right? The before and after, right? And guess who creates that content every single day? Event space owners, right? So here's the thing, right? So here's the thing, right? If you are creating content, well then guess what? You want to have that content be visually satisfying, which it is when it comes down to event spaces, aesthetic, fast-paced, shareable, event related, right? We actually in event space leads have we have an algorithm, sorry, not an algorithm, but we have like a document that goes through the top pieces of content that you want to go ahead and create for your event space business, right? Which means that like we've already done the work, we've already finalized it and all those good things, right? And this means that your posts naturally perform well. You just follow that same rubric, right? You just have to post it consistently enough for the algorithm to learn who to push your content to. Because here's the other thing, right? Here's the other thing, right? If you take a day off from posting content, the algorithm remembers that too. They favor consistency because now you're training the algorithm to understand every single day. Okay, cool. Like this type of this creator posts every single day this type of content, so we're going to find more people that like this type of content. So if you every single day you are posting event space content, if you are posting content about your event space, well guess what, now the algorithm favors that, right? And now here's another thing, right? Let's talk about the booking flywheel for a second, right? Let's talk about the booking flywheel for a second, right? So, how does posting create a loop of attention, right? Well, here's the thing, right? Inquiry, well, here let's go. Let's look at it like this, right? Views turn to inquiries, which turn to tours, which turn to bookings, right? So here's the thing, right? Step one, you post consistently, right? Step number two, people follow. Step number three, people engage. Step number four, they inquire. Step number five, they tour. Step number six, they book. It's that simple. It's that simple, right? So with that being said, when you're missing that first piece of the flywheel, now it's like it doesn't work, right? Because if you're posting once every 2 weeks, once a month, whatever the case may be, well, now your booking flow becomes unpredictable. Unless you're running ads or something like that. If you're running ads, then it's a whole different conversation, it's a whole different situation. But like that's what happens, right? Now it's like it becomes predictable, right? So what should you be posting, right? Right? Let's talk about that for a quick second. Let's talk about the system. Right? Boop, 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 boop. Right? Here's a couple of examples of posts that you guys should do, right? Number one, space clean and empty. Right? Space clean and empty. Number two, an actual setup. Right? Number three, a transformation. Number four, you talking on the camera with value. So let's just say giving value. Right? Number five, live events, clients enjoying the space, right? Right? That's it. a few simple posts, right? And you can literally batch them in one afternoon, like a lot of what our clients do. And we've actually walked through how to do this with artificial intelligence and all these different things, right? Like here's another thing too. Like let's talk about with ads, right? Let's talk about with ads, right? Like, why does consistency beat paid ads? Actually, I don't even want to say beats paid ads. I want to just say like why consistency helps paid ads. All right, is this thing still on? Still good? All right, cool. We're still good. We're still money. We're still money. Cool. All right. So here's the thing, right? When a new venue is starting up, right? I'm not saying ads don't work because I love ads. I highly suggest running ads, right? But most new event space owners do not need ads just yet, right? Organic, like what if you post consistently, the platforms do the heavy lifting for free. That means cheaper bookings, higher profits, and no ad dependency. All right. So let's look at it like this. Like I always say, you have to look at organic traffic and paid traffic going hand in hand. They go hand in hand, right? If you don't like, and I always recommend everybody who's starting out on a new venue, okay, cool. Start with organic traffic, build up the brand of your venue. So then that way, when people come in from the ads, you're getting clients cheaper, right? And that's the main thing right there. It's not either or. Like I had a conversation with a client before, and they're just like, yeah, you know, we're gonna move the budget over into ads, whatever case it be. And I'm just like, that's not the way to look at it. They go hand in hand. They're building an ecosystem with each other, right? So if you want more bookings, the answer isn't a secret formula, right? It's consistency. Show your space, show your events, show your clients, and do it every single week. I've seen event spaces go from completely unknown to fully booked in under 90 days just by posting consistently, right? This works, but only if you stick with it, right? And if you guys want help building a system, building a posting system, a real system that actually works and gets clients in your venue over and over and over again, there's a free guide in the description in the YouTube channel. You go ahead and download it. And if you feel like you want more help with when you get your venue, like with help getting the venue, getting the bookings and all that good stuff, well, apply to book a call with us, and then we can go ahead and see how best we can assist. All right, cool. Let's get it. Let's go. All right, let me check on this camera. Beautiful. All right, 3 YouTube videos banged out. I like it. Better go jump on this call. More people want to go ahead and apply to Event Space Elites. So I'm about to go jump on this call. Let's see what they're doing. Was this helpful at all? We just did 3 YouTube videos, y'all. Was this helpful at all? I gotta charge my my microphone actually. Gotta charge this microphone and then get it popping, right? Cool. Gonna be trying to go live a lot more often and all that good stuff, right? I'll be seeing y'all. Peace.